There is a statistic here in Pattaya and all over Thailand really that has been increasing over the past 6 months to a year, and it begs the question, is Thailand getting more dangerous? What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. I am down here on the beach, kind of going for my daily walk, and I'm in for a super exciting day of running around and paying bills all day. You remember when you were a kid and all you wanted to do was just grow up and start paying bills and shit sucks. But this morning, I was drinking my morning cup of joe. I was having my daily intake of news, which seems to be getting smaller and smaller the older I get. But I read something that honestly kind of surprised me. I knew this was a thing in Thailand already. I knew that it was kind of an issue, but with the way things are here, it just kind of comes with the territory. But lately, it's becoming more and more of a problem, it seems like. And I feel like if you're planning a trip to Thailand, it's something you definitely need to be aware of to make sure that your trip goes all good, you don't have a bad experience, and you don't end up in some places that I've been a couple times. Now, if you've ever been to Thailand or you've watched enough YouTube videos, you'll know that one of the chosen modes of transportation here is motorbikes or motorcycles, whatever you might want to call them. Now, when you think about it, this totally makes sense, especially when it comes to traffic. It's a lot easier to split lanes and get around stuff if you're on a way smaller vehicle. They're much more readily available. The fuel is cheaper, the maintenance is cheaper. So for Thais and travelers alike, this generally becomes the main mode of transportation. Now, I don't claim to know a lot about anything really, but I feel like I do have a pretty good take when it comes to motorcycles, motorcycle safety in general. Now granted, most of my riding experience is in America, but since I've been here in Thailand, I have dabbled quite a bit, been on quite a few bikes from little scooters all the way up to full-blown big bikes, and I've seen a lot of these things happening firsthand. And of course, the more people that are riding, the more common it's gonna be. But it seems like there's been a trend over the past year or so where this is becoming more and more of an issue. And if you're planning on coming to Thailand, I think there's a few things that you should do or that you should be aware of to make sure that this doesn't happen to you. Now, it is kind of sad to say, but I believe the last time I read it, it was a motorcycle fatality happens every maybe like 45 seconds or something around there. Every 45 seconds in Thailand, somebody dies on a motorbike. Now, if you go across any news stations, any websites or anything, you'll pretty much always see the story of somebody, unfortunately, recently dying on a motorbike. Now, like we said, of course, with the amount of bikes here, that kind of does make sense. But over the past year, there has been a serious trend up in motorcycle fatalities, and a lot of authorities are trying to figure out why this is. Now, there are quite a few theories out there. One of the main ones is, of course, since COVID, a lot of people are coming back. There are a lot more people in the country, tourists especially, and a lot of tourists, if you're coming from the West, you may not have as much experience riding motorbike. Now, there's a whole other theory that the age of people riding bikes keeps getting younger and younger. It is not out of the ordinary to be walking around and see, you know, 12, 13-year-old kids ripping around on bikes. And I'm sure you know, when you were younger, just like me, don't really make the best of decisions when you're that young. Now, I think just like anything else, the more you are exposed to something dangerous, the more bad stuff you see happen or hear about, kind of helps you gain some more respect for it. Now, one of the biggest reasons that I think a lot of people come to Thailand, get on a bike and have issues is because maybe they've never really ridden or only ridden a few times. And me being on bikes my entire life, I have gone down plenty of times. I know what it feels like to clack your face off the pavement. I know what it feels like to have all your skin on your back ripped off. It's not fun, so I definitely have a pretty profound respect when it comes to motorcycles. But if you've never been in that situation, I can completely understand it. You might not have that same level of respect, or in all reality, being scared to get hurt again. Obvious ways to limit your risk are: 1, go slow, don't drive around, don't hoon, especially if you really don't have that much experience. And then obviously, you need to wear safety equipment. Now you can ask some of my friends, I might be a little bit of a daredevil when it comes to motorcycles, but I always wear a helmet. And it blows my mind how many people you see here that just don't. And of course, I've heard plenty of people say, oh, well, nobody else wears a helmet. Why should I? Well, I mean, there's the obvious reason to that. Another one is it's very easy for the police to have a reason to stop you if you're not wearing a helmet. Now, even though you may not see a lot of Thais especially wearing helmets, there is a helmet law in Thailand. If you're riding a motorcycle, you have to wear a helmet. Now, when it comes to the reason of why these accidents and fatalities have been increasing, I don't think anybody really knows. I sure as hell don't. But I don't think that really changes anything. If you are planning on coming to Thailand and maybe you want to go on a motorbike tour, you want to drive around the provinces, or even if you just want to get something to cruise around the city, I don't think this is a reason to really stay off the roads. I think if you do all the things that we talked about and just doing your own research, watching more videos on motorbike safety, maybe take some classes, in all reality, I think you'll be fine. Guys, bit of a shorter video today. I don't want to harp on you too much about safety and all that stuff. I'm not your mom by any means, but I just wanted to drop a little hint. This is something that's going on, so if you're planning on coming to Thailand soon, of course, do everything you can to keep yourself safe. Wanted to remind everybody the realities of it, including myself. I'm no saint by any means. Like I said, I've gone down plenty of times. But if you did make it this far in the video, I'm assuming you enjoyed it, so please consider going down, dropping a like on the video, as well as hitting subscribe if you would like to see future content from Thailand. And if you have any motorbike tips, especially when it comes to riding in Thailand, feel free to drop them down in the comments. I'm sure somebody, maybe even myself, might be able to benefit from it, and you might be able to keep somebody from having to pick up their teeth out of the middle of the street. So I will catch you guys in the next one. Like we always say, I hope you guys have a great day. Tell somebody you love them. All right, I transferred all my bill payments for the month, and I'm poor again.